Being Neighborly, Part 2. Don't you read? Not much, they won't let me. Can't somebody read to you? Grandpa does sometime, but my books don't interest him, and I hate to ask Brooke all the time. Have someone come and see you then. There isn't anyone I'd like to see. Boys make such a row, and my head is weak. Isn't there some nice girl who'd read and amuse you? Girls are quiet and like to play nurse. Don't know any. You know us, began Joe, then laughed and stopped. So I do. Will you come, please? Cried Lowry. I'm not quite and nice, but I'll come if mother will let me. I will go ask her, shut the window like a good boy, and wait till I come. With that, Joe shouldered her broom and marched into the house, wondering what they would all say to her. Lowry was in a flutter of excitement at the idea of having company, and flew about to get ready for, as Mrs. March said, he was a little gentleman, and did honor to the coming guest by brushing his curly pate, putting on a fresh color, and trying to tidy up the room, which in spite of half a dozen servants was anything but neat. Presently there came a loud ring, then a decided voice asking for Mr. Lowry, and a surprised-looking servant came running up to announce a young lady. "All right, show her up. It's Miss Joe," said Lowry, going to the door of his little parlour to meet Joe, who appeared looking rosy and quite at her ease, with a covered dish in one hand and Beth's 3 kittens in the other. "Here I am, bag and baggage," she said briskly. "Mother sent her love, and was glad if I could do anything for you. Meg wanted me to bring some of her blanc mange. She makes it very nicely, and Beth thought her cats would be comforting. I knew you did laugh at them, but I couldn't refuse. She was so anxious to do something." It so happened that Beth's funny loan was just the thing, for in laughing over the kids, Lowry forgot his bashfulness and grew sociable at once. "That looks too pretty to eat," he said, smiling with pleasure, as Joe uncovered the dish and showed the blanc mange, surrounded by a garland of green leaves and the scarlet flowers of Amy's pet geranium. "It isn't anything, only they all felt kindly and wanted to show it. Tell the girl to put it away for your tea. It is so simple you can eat it, and being soft, it will slip down without hurting your sore throat. What a cozy room this is. It might be if it was kept nice, but the maids are lazy, and I don't know how to make them mind. It worries me though. I'll write it up in 2 minutes, for it only needs to have the heart brushed so, and the things made straight on the mantelpiece so, and the books put here and the bottles here, and your sofa turned from the light, and the pillows plumped up a bit. Now then, you are fixed." And so he was, for as she laughed and talked, Joe had whisked things into place and given quite a different air to the room. Lowry watched her in respectful silence, and when she beckoned him to his sofa, he sat down with a sigh of satisfaction, saying gratefully, "How kind you are. Yes, that is what it wanted. Now please take the big chair and let me do something to amuse my company." "No, I came to amuse you. Shall I read aloud?" And Joe looked affectionately towards some inviting books nearby. "Thank you, I've read all those, and if you don't mind, I'd rather talk," answered Lowry. "Not a bit. I'll talk all day if you'll only set me going. Beth says I never know when to stop." "Is Beth the rosy one who stays at home good deal and sometimes goes out with a little basket?" asked Lowry with interest. Yes, that is Beth. She is my girl, and a regular good one she is too. The pretty one is Meg, and the curly haired one is Amy, I believe. How did you find that out? Lowry colored up, but answered frankly, why, you see, I often hear you calling to one another, and when I am alone up here, I can't help looking over at your house. You always seem to be having such good times. I beg your pardon for being so rude, but sometime you forget to put down the curtain at the window where the flowers are. And when the lamps are lighted, it is like looking at a picture to see the fire. And you all around the table with your mother. Her face is right opposite, and it looks so sweet behind the flowers. I can't help watching it. I haven't got any mother, you know. And Lowry poked the fire to hide a little twitching of the lips that he could not control. The solitary hunger look in his eyes went straight to Jo's warm heart. She had been so simply taught that there was no nonsense in her head, and at 15 she was as innocent and frank as any child. Lowry was sick and lonely, and feeling how rich she was in home and happiness, she gladly tried to share it with him. Her face was very friendly, and her sharp voice unusually gentle as she said, "We'll never draw the curtain any more, and I give you leave to look as much as you like. I just wish, though, instead of peeping, you'd come over and see us. Mother is so splendid, she'd do you heaps of good, and Beth would sing to you, if I begged her to, and Amy would dance. Meg and I would make you laugh over our funny stage properties, and we did have jolly times. Wouldn't your grandpa let you?"